What is the subject that we are going to discuss this morning? Anatta. Dukkha. Oh, now no more dukkha, isn't it? Anicca also completed. So now anatta. So what is the English word for anatta? No, so in the end, we cannot find any substance to remain forever without changing. That is called unsubstantiality. Do you know, religion is a very peculiar subject. Religions always try to explain something which we cannot understand. This is the duty of a religion. If we can understand, we do not pay much attention. Take for example, religion talk about God. There is nobody in this world who has seen the God. But belief is very strong. No one can prove actually the existence of God. Only belief. Religion talk about heaven and hell. People very strongly believe that there is a heaven and there is a hell. But no one has seen and nobody knows where they are. Religion also talks that there is a soul. But nobody knows what it is and where it is, how it took life. But people believe. People believe that there will be another life after their death. But very difficult to prove. These are the ingredients that religions use. Now, if we remove all these items from religion, there is nothing to remain as religion. That means no religion without God, no religion without soul, no religion without heaven and hell, no religion without rebirth. Now let us come back to Buddhism. You can see the difference between Buddhism and religion. Buddhism can exist without God. Buddhism can exist without soul. Buddhism can exist without heaven and hell. Buddhism can exist without even rebirth. This is the uniqueness of Buddhism. In fact, Buddhism does not depend on God or soul or heaven or hell or rebirth. Others cannot talk anything about their religion without God, soul, heaven, hell and rebirth. We have examples. A very rich man who wanted to go to heaven after his death came to see the Buddha and asked him to teach him how to go to heaven after his death. The Buddha said, "Why do you want to wait until you die to go to heaven? Can't you understand that you can experience heavenly bliss while you are here in this world?" This is the Buddhist attitude towards heaven. In another discourse, the Buddha says, only foolish people think, we use this word, only foolish people think that hell is located somewhere under this earth or under the great ocean. He said, heaven is not a place, ready-made place under this earth or anywhere. Where there is suffering, those living beings, either as in humans or animals or in any other forms, they are in hell. This is the Buddhist concept of hell. Rebirth. A group of young people came to see the Buddha, and they mentioned that they don't believe that there will be another life after their death. The Buddha says, you should not worry about it. Just forget. Don't worry about your future or next birth. You must fulfill all your duties and responsibilities while you are living here in this world, whether there is rebirth or not. This is the Buddhist attitude about rebirth. Then come to this item, Anatta. Sabbe sankhara dukkha. All those component things, conditioned things in this universe, they are component things. Why? Combinations of certain elements and energies. So all these living beings, living things, matters and elements are component things. Combinations of many things. It is natural that these combinations won't remain forever without changing and create some sort of unsatisfactoriness in the end. This is natural. It is not an act of God or devil or anybody. All these are natural occurrences. That is why he says, Sabbe sankhara dukkha. All these living things face, experience unsatisfactoriness. What is it? Human beings, animals, devas, brahmas, even plant life experience dukkha, unsatisfactoriness, clashes, friction. That is called dukkha. Then the feeling that they experience because of this friction is called dukkha, suffering, physically and mentally. Anicca. Sabbe sankhara anicca. All those component things are impermanent, changeable. Never remains without changing, decaying and decaying. This is called anicca. That is also due to combinations of those elements and energies, ingredients. Natural occurrence. God or devil had nothing to do with this. They are also subject to the same universal nature. Now, Sabbe Dhamma Anatta. Here, the Buddha did not use the word Sankhara. He used the word Dhamma. All the existing Dhammas are Anatta. That means there is no substantiality, entity that which never change or decay or disappear. But he used the word Dhamma because of space and nirvana. If we use the word sankhara, we cannot include a space and nirvana, because they are not sankhara, they are not conditioned things, they are not component things. There you cannot find any ingredients, elements or energies, free from all these things. Therefore they are known as unconditioned things. All the other things are conditioned. Nirvana and space are unconditioned. But when we use the word Dhamma, a space and nirvana also included there. They are not component things. So even in space or nirvana also, we cannot find this so-called soul. That is the idea. Remember, why the Buddha used the word Dhamma here in one place, Sankhara in other two places. Then what is this? This idea was originated few thousand years ago, before Buddhism appeared in India. Creator, Mahabrahma, he is responsible for this Atma or soul. First he created this soul. After his creation, this soul went on evolving, changing, developing from various sources, through various sources, into plant life, from plant life into animal's life, from animal's life into human's life. The soul created by Mahabrahma, the Creator God. Then allow human beings to make use of their life by using this soul as nucleus in their life. When they use this soul through their five senses and mind, either they purified this or they pollute it. Those who abuse and misuse by using this had to remain for a long period in this samsara, wheel of existence. Those who purify this soul without polluting, misusing it, after for a short period, the God, the Creator, again absorb into the same Brahma world. Then the eternal life will be there. That is called union with Brahma. This is the Hindu concept of eternal salvation. The soul created by the God, when it is completely purified by the man, using his mind, absorbed by the God, and allow this person to remain or to lead a permanent or eternal life. Those who have abused and misused and polluted this soul remain in this samsara by taking different forms, either as suffering, either human beings or animals or ghosts or devils or spirits. Then there will be suffering. So the God is watching how we use our soul. So one day, when the God would satisfy by knowing we have not polluted this, then again He will take one by one, release us from suffering. When this belief was very prominent in India, so more than 2500 500 years ago, the Buddha appeared. He analyzed, explained. There are many discourses, debates, dialogues, arguments regarding this subject. When you read Majjhima Nikaya, Sutra Pitaka, Digha Nikaya, Brahmajala Sutra, you can see how the Buddha has analyzed, explained this concept of soul or Atta. He says, at that time, people had no clear vision or knowledge about the definitions of human mind. It is due to the lack of understanding of the nature of human mind, people have created this concept of soul or Atta. Because when we analyze all the existing ingredients in our life, matters or elements or energies, there is nothing to remain as soul. Let us take 4 mental faculties. Combinations of these 4 mental faculties is called mental energy. Our Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. Our feeling or sensation, one of the mental faculties. Body cannot experience this. Our recognition, identification of all the existing objects is done by another mental faculty. Then, all our habits, good and bad habits, our natural inclinations or attachments or likes and dislikes, hobbies, nature, character, temperament, moods, attitude. There are so many things which are related to our previous existence, previous birth. This is called sankhara. This is called storehouse of consciousness. What we have accumulated, life after life, and how we spent them. Within this life, we are spending many things which we have deposited during our previous birth. At the same time, we are also going on depositing, accumulating so many new habits, nature, concept, belief, knowledge, good and bad. Later, we will use the same ingredients either within this lifetime or hereafter. This is the simple analysis or interpretation of sankhara. There is no argument. It is true. It is natural. So all these things were done by one particular mental faculty in our mind. So people had no clear knowledge and understanding about this at that time. That is why they had to invite God and concept of soul into religion. If they realize this thing, they never invite God into religion. They never believe that there is an eternal soul in the man's mind. The more we maintain ignorance in our mind, the more we need external sources. But when we realized and analyzed and understood, we can do very well without all these things. Then the last one, our consciousness. Consciousness means the object that we grasp by using our five senses, external object. We create concept, ideas and belief. Again we create imaginations in our mind, whether true or not, right or wrong. Our own imaginations, then our sensation, identification, mental habit. First three mental faculties. Combinations of all these things turn into one mental faculty, that is called consciousness. Now this is called human mind. Very rich, very advanced, very fortunate. Only human beings can use all these mental faculties. Animals, a spirit, ghosts, devils, even devas or brahmas also cannot use all these four mental faculties. That is why that they cannot become a Buddha. Only a human being who can use all these mental faculties. So this belief of soul created by the God is only a mere belief. No evidence to prove. But there are no argument whatsoever when you compare with the modern psychology or Western psychology. There is no contradiction about these four mental faculties. Even at the beginning, modern psychologists also could not understand the storehouse of consciousness, what it is. Later, Carl Jung and William James, these two psychologists acknowledged and explained, yes, there is something in our human mind which is called collective consciousness. That means whatever we have collected, accumulated during our lifetime never disappear. So they have come nearer to the Buddha's teaching. This will become our mental habits. So the belief that people maintain after our death, our departed soul remains for a certain period in searching a suitable place for rebirth is also another belief maintained by primitive people. A soul cannot remain anywhere without landing after the departure. It is like that. When you shoot a bullet, that bullet cannot remain somewhere else in the space. It must be dropped somewhere. When you throw a stone, that stone cannot remain somewhere, must drop. When you shoot an arrow, this arrow also must be dropped somewhere in the same way. Although we don't use the word soul, because it is only a belief, we use the word consciousness. It is mental energy with so many ingredients, not mere mental energy. When this mental energy, consciousness, is transmitted or departed, it will never remain somewhere floating without landing. Refer to the Buddha to find out what he has said. He said in Samyutta Nikaya Sutra Pitaka, Viññānaṁ mātukuchismiṁ okkamati, that departed consciousness will enter into a mother's womb. Mother's womb, there are three modes of birth: Andaja, Jalabhuja, Sansedaja, Opapatika. Three modes of birth. Certain living beings, called Andaja, egg born. Conception takes place in egg. Birds, reptiles, the life originates in the egg. This is one group. Jalabhuja, another group, womb born. Humans, many kind of animals, womb born, but not egg born. Third group is called Sansedaja, a spontaneous. A spontaneous means without father and mother, due to the combinations of so many elements, moisture born, worms, bacteria, germs, and certain insects, moisture born. The last group is called Opapatika, spontaneous, suddenly appear without father and mother. They remain as they appeared, without any changes. No babies, no old age. They remain as they appear. After they are dead, they suddenly disappear. There is nothing to remain as corpse or dead bodies. Evaporate, disappear. This is the nature of their life. But there is no soul even in any of those living beings. Only certain elements and energies. So all the other existing religions believe after our death, our departed soul either go to heaven or hell, either to suffer or to enjoy. But this belief is not acknowledged or accepted by the Buddha. He said this is only a belief. In simple language, there is no such thing as soul. It is only a word, concept, belief created by human beings due to lack of understanding of the mind. When we analyze the nature of the mind, there is no place for soul or atma. Again they say, only human beings have this soul, but not animals. That is why they say we can kill or slaughter animals. They have no soul. At the same time, they also say, we experience our pain and pleasure through our soul, by using our soul. But animals also experience pain and pleasure. If there is no soul in them, how can those animals experience pain and pleasure? So it is not the soul, it is the mind. Animals also have their own mind, but not advanced, not developed like human mind. But they too experience pain and pleasure. They also can understand many things. So the Buddhist concept of this soul is not acceptable to many other religions. To them, there is no religion without a soul. There must be a soul. The Buddha had the courage to tell us that this is only a belief. When he analyzed by using his enlightenment, not simply by using his mythological belief or traditional belief, but by using his enlightenment, he analyzed and explained there is no such thing as soul, although we use in our common language. Anyway, this is not very important issue for us to discuss, because there is nothing to explain. We can do very well without depending on soul, without maintaining any concept or belief in soul, by understanding, analyzing the human life. What is this human life? This is called panchakhanda, 5 aggregates. Aggregate means heap, 5 groups. These 5 groups first divide into 2, Nama and Rupa. Nama means mind, energy. Rupa means elements or matters. 2 groups. Mental group, elemental group. Again, elements analyze into 4. Mind again into another 4, 8. What are the 4 groups in our elements or rupa? This form or this vision, the formation or the structure is called rupa. Formation, shape. Humans, animals, two-legged, four-legged, birds, reptiles are forms, different forms. This is called rupa. Then plant, a stone, rocks, hills, jungles, rivers, all these are rupa. Visual object, tangible object. Why does it call rupa? What is the meaning of rupa? Rupam ruppana lakkhana. The nature of rupa, or the formation or the form, is that which decay, change. Sun or heat, wind, storm, water, climate, all these things contribute something to change the existence of forms. That is how changes take place. Then, now if you keep a piece of wood or chair outside for a few months, you can see sun or the heat or wind and water damage this existing object. That is called rupa. Now if we go and stand there under hot sun for many hours, the color of our skin or the complexion change. This is the nature of rupa, which is changeable due to the existing sources. So all these existing elements and matters are changeable. One existing element change the existence of another element. One element turn into another element. When you keep cup of water in your fridge, in the freezer, next day you can see a piece of stone there. No more water. So solidity turn into fluidity. Solid become fluid. Solid is one element, fluid is another element. But here, solid turn into fluid. You keep this glass of water again for a few hours on the table, again goes back to fluidity. So everything that exists in this world are changeable. This is the nature of form, rupa. So the combinations of these four, solidity, fluidity, heat energy, and the wind or the motion, these four are responsible for the formation or the existence or the appearance of any kind of rupa or the form. One group. Then the other group just now I explained, nama or the mind. These four mental faculties, our feeling, sensation, one group. Then our identity or recognition, another group. Our mental habits, good and bad, another group. And accumulations of object through the senses and other mental faculties, another mental faculty. So when these two groups join together, combine, This is called component, conditioned thing. The life exists because of the combinations of these two groups. In these two groups there are 8 units. Then the life exists. But in this life, you can see when we analyze only these 8 groups, elemental group and mental group. After our death, what will happen? Disintegration or dissolution of these 8 units is called death, dissolved. Because these elements and these energies cannot remain forever as a bundle without changing. That is called death. It is natural. Then the trouble is, many people cannot understand what will happen to this life after disintegration or dissolution of this bundle. Then some people say go to heaven, some others say go to hell, and some people say there is nothing. Some others say can become either animals or humans or devas or brahmas or any other form. These are the different beliefs. Some others say God is responsible, He handled this. Some others say God has nothing to do with this, we are responsible for this. Then, as Buddhists, what are we going to accept? Are you going to depend on God and asking Him to handle or send us to heaven, not to send us to hell? Like small children. That is the language of small children. Adult, understanding people, educated people, who knows how to make use of human mind, can understand many things without depending on mere belief. When we analyze our belief, there is no reality, no fact, no truth, just only a belief. So the Buddha did not introduce this kind of belief as religion. Remember, all the others use the word faith, F-A-I-T-H, faith for religion. What is your faith? My faith is Buddhism. What is your faith? Oh, my faith is Christianity. To them, religion means faith. But we cannot use this word faith for our religion. Because Buddhism does not depend on faith or belief. We want to study, we want to analyze, we want to understand. When we realize what it is, it cannot become faith. Go on beyond that. Until we realize what it is, up to that stage, that can remain as belief or faith. That is what we are trying to do. So, Buddhist concept of soul is this in simple language. My advice is, people say, it is very difficult to understand this soullessness. Actually, there is no difficulty. Very easy. Very, very easy. What is it? Just ignore. Finish. Don't bother about that. Don't talk anything about this. Because it is only imagination. It is only a belief. It is a faith. in reality there is nothing. Because in Buddhism, it's very clearly explained how the human life, human mind function, work, while we are living here, after our death. Then why do we worry about soul? It is not necessary for us to argue. I did not say anything. Just kept quiet. When he left, the other disciples came and asked, why? The Buddha did not say anything. Then he said, if I say yes, there is, I am telling a lie, because there is no such thing. If I say no, that man creates confusion, misunderstanding in his mind. He never realized anything. He is not ready to accept. So if I said no, that I create lot of disturbances in his mind, that's all. But he never gained any idea or any knowledge. So best thing is not to say yes or no. If that person is not ready to accept, it is up to him. Others cannot force him to accept anything. This is the attitude of the Buddha. But when he come to know that some people can understand this, then he take the trouble to explain. Another person came to argue, to challenge about this subject. Then the Buddha asked, do you believe that there is a soul? He said, yes. All right. Then can you tell me where it is? He asked this question. Then he says, we have 5 senses. Can you tell me, this soul remains in one of these 5 senses? He said, no. All right. We have 4 mental faculties, just now I explained. Can you tell me that soul remain in one of these 4 mental faculties? He said, no. We have 4 elements in our body. Can you tell me whether the soul is in one of these 4 elements? He said, no. Then where is the soul? You understand? This is the way how Buddha has analyzed and pointed out that this is only a belief. I think this is enough. Don't go beyond that. I told you not to worry about your soul. Don't worry about your soul. That is a very big subject. How rebirth can take place if there is no soul? It's a very good question, but take time to answer this question. In brief, it is mentioned, Atite hetavo pancha idani phala panchaka. Idani hetavo pancha agating phala panchaka. 5 energies that we maintain in our mind at this moment proceed as mental process. And these mental process condition or create another 5. Later, those 5 again create another 5 condition, one after the other. The continuity or the life process we maintain in this way, just like waves. When you look at the waves, how it goes up and again goes down and again come up. We believe the same water, the same energy of force that will goes up, again goes down and again come up. No. The energy, the force that which created by these first waves, then force the other groups to come up. Then this one goes up, again goes down, the force another group. The mental process also works in the same manner. What are these five? Avidya, Trishna, Karma, Upadana, Bhava. These are the five. This is very interesting. The avidya, or the ignorance, is a very strong mental force. What is this ignorance? We have no clear understanding of our life. We do not know why we are here in this world. And we do not know what will happen to us after our death. We do not know why we are not happy. We do not know why we cannot satisfy with this life. We do not know why always we grumble and complain about our life. That is called ignorance. No one is free from this ignorance. We always grumble, complain, accuse because of our ignorance. If we know, we never grumble, never accuse. So ignorance is the main cause. Then this ignorance creates another very strong mental energy, trishna, tanha, craving. We maintain this strong craving. This craving again divided into three. Kama tanha, bhava tanha, vibhava tanha. Our craving for pleasure, sensual, worldly pleasure. All those existing living beings in the whole universe are fighting because of this. Sensual pleasure, strong craving. Next one, bhava tanha, craving for survival, craving for living, craving for eternal life. Every living being is struggling, fighting for survival because of that craving, for living. In the end they want eternal life, craving. Third one is called vibhava tanha, craving for non-existence. They crave not to exist again. It is only a craving. Now when they got fed up with their life, when they are very angry, they may commit suicide. Craving for non-existence. Craving is behind. If not, there is another dangerous type of craving for non-existence. They can destroy or they can kill others because of their craving. That means they don't want to allow others to use their things, their belongings, their property. They can burn them, destroy them, but they don't like to see when others come and use. See the danger of this craving. They cannot tolerate. If they are living beings, they can go and kill them. If they are certain things, they can go and burn because of their craving. But they don't want to allow people to use. See how dangerous is this craving. This is the second reason, cause. Third one is karma. Every minute we are going on accumulating either good karma or bad karma. No one can live without doing that. By using our minds, we create good and bad karma. By talking, we create good and bad karma. By doing certain things, we create good and bad karmas. While sleeping also, we create good and bad karma in dreams. Mental habits. Karmic energy is the third one. Then the fourth one is upadana. Because of our craving, we develop very strong attachment. And this attachment becomes the fourth mental energy in our mind for us to proceed all our mental process towards that direction. There is some sort of magnetic power, gravity. Because of this gravity or magnetic power which we develop as attachment, we are bound to this world. Difficulty to cut off the bondages. We are bound to this world because of this attachment. Then, last one is bhava. In the end, accumulations of all these karmic activities that we have performed during our lifetime direct, guide for us to proceed either this way or this way or this way or that way. Then there are so many other forces behind. Ignorance, then craving, karmic forces, attachment. Four forces are behind, pushing. Then one is pulling this way. Bhava, becoming. Then settle down. Either as human beings or animals or ghosts or devas or spirits or this or that. These are the five faculties, energies, sources proceed. When the consciousness is departed from here to have another existence which is called rebirth, but no God there. Only these five. Meaning of sunyata. People think that this is a very big thing. This is another simple subject in Buddhism. Just because the Mahayana Buddhist scholar Nagarjuna has written a lot of books about this, people take this as a very big thing. Sunyata, in English they say voidness, in simple language, emptiness. Just now I explained, when we analyze all the existing component things combined together as a bundle with elements and energies, When we separate all the energies and all the elements, go on analyzing, in the end there is nothing to remain as an entity or permanent object.